Partial credit there. So big win for Hillcrest. They are going to the playoffs. Now Riverside Poly, again, trying to cap off a perfect season in the Sun Belt League, taking on Arlington live on Riverside TV. Let's go right to those highlights. Gazal, I'm going to let you take over.
Yeah, the Bears coming out, their first league title since 2014. The last time they won before 2014, 1985. I made the requisite Marty McFly reference. Here's Gustafson going up top early. This is early in the game, I think 10 and a half minutes left. Matthew Henry, 49 yards. Touchdown, Poly, jumping out on top, 7-0. And there was a turnover coming up here. Daniel Rogers looking down the field, flinging it down the field, and Chubb Meacham there with the pick. Jaden Chubb Meacham with the pick. He'll run it back. There was a penalty, I think, involved in the play, but in the end, I assure you, Riverside Poly has the ball on the early turnover. And then, let's see the flags come in after the play. Then they'll give the ball to Jordan Martz, and Martz will muscle in from about 2 yards out. 13-0, the PAT was off. Marjok Gustafson, Matthew Henry, hello, touchdown. 20-0 Arlington. That's how the first half would end. And then here's a turnover. Nasir Shaheed picks up the fumble. Nice tackle there by Daniel Rogers, setting up another score here in the second half. And look at Marjok Gustafson going up top. And that time, though, it is picked off. Santiago Roman with the pick. So it's still 20-0. Nice drive in the third quarter for Arlington. They chewed up almost all the third quarter, and here they go. Here's a completion to Serrano. They get down inside the 5, and this is on 4th down. And Rogers kind of flinging around. This is going to be ultimately ruled an incomplete pass. Poly wanted grounding but wouldn't get it. They'd have the ball 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line. And they drive 96 yards on the play. Some nice plays here. This is Matthew Henry navigating down the field. A couple of completions to him, a couple of completions to Michael Gaines Jr. as well on the drive. And here you go. Here's everybody's favorite guy.
Yes.
3-year starter, Benji Matthews, rumbling into the end zone, trucks the tackler, and that's how it would end. 27-0 Riverside Poly over Arlington. The defense stepped up. Arlington, believe it or not, they hung in there. They played tough. They had a couple of nice drives. They got a little bit kind of short-circuited with penalties. They had 9 penalties in the first half for 90 penalty yards, a couple of them during their drives. But, you know, credit to Kevin Argamosa and his guys. They played hard. They knew Riverside Poly was there to finish unblemished on the Sun Belt season. They made them earn it. 5-0. Congratulations to the Bears winning their first title since 2014, just their second since 1985. Call Doc Brown. Call Marty McFly. Fire up the flux capacitor.
What year is this? You know what, Gazal, to piggyback off tonight's game against Arlington, I saw Poly against Rancho Christian on homecoming a couple weeks ago. I'm not reinventing the wheel when I say defense wins championships. Yeah. I mean, Poly, Henry, you know, Gustafson to Henry is awesome. Benji Matthews, we just saw what he can do on the ground when they put him at running back. Great, obviously, defender as well. But, man, the defense for Riverside Poly, I mean, is that really what they're going to hang their hat on, is if they're going to make this playoff run?
It's interesting. So we always talk about this. You know, you need a quarterback to make plays in the playoffs. And I think with Marjok Gustafson, that's a wrinkle for Poly that they really have. I mean, he's a playmaker. He can do the RPO. Obviously got the big target of Matthew Henry. I actually think Arlington gave a little bit of a blueprint on how to beat Poly. They kind of lined it up and they ran the ball. But the other side of it is Jerron Gilbert, Derek DeWitt. You know, we were talking about it. Nick Rice and I were talking about it during the game. Okay, you know, if a team from outside the area plays Poly, they'll watch this film. But you know who else is going to watch the film? Jerron Gilbert and Derek DeWitt. And they will make those adjustments. They will make those corrections next. And you mentioned it because it's about talent. It's about the talent on defense is exceptional. And I really, you know, the one thing about Jerron Gilbert, we talked about it on the air today, he's not your typical rah-rah high school football coach. You've been around him. Yeah. Jeff's been around him. You guys have been around him. He kind of comes across more as a CEO. Yeah. Now, you got to remember, guy played in the NFL. You know, local guy, you know, Chino area, played at San Jose State, and he makes it a point to me. We're talking about Benji Matthews, and if he has any future playing football, and Coach Gilbert reminded me, he's like, you know, out of high school, I was 6'8", defensive end, super athletic. I had one offer. So there you go. Yeah. And that's kind of how he goes about his business, and what a job he's done at Poly. Already took him to a D11 final in 2023. Yeah. Sun Belt League champions here in 2025, and you know, sky's the limit. I think we're going to see a nice run from them in the playoffs.
All right, speaking of nice run in the playoffs, real quick, I don't want to go too deep into it right now, but where do you see Poly? Division?
Like 9-10?
9-10?
I think 9-10, okay. Yeah. Not 6-7, but 9-10.